Indirect speech, tense changes, rumors and gossip. Have you heard the latest gossip about the new teacher? No, what is it? Maria said that the new teacher didn't give any homework. Really? Victor told me that students could eat in his class. Larissa said that the new teacher had given all the students an A last semester. Wow! Yeah, I heard he was an easy teacher. When the reporting verb is in the simple past, the verb tense in the indirect speech statement often changes. Remember that indirect speech is a noun clause, a type of noun clause that is usually in the object position and following a reporting verb such as said or told. So the simple present changes to the simple past, the present progressive changes to the past progressive, the simple past changes to the past perfect, and the present perfect changes to the past perfect. Example 1. The teacher is strict. She said the teacher was strict. So is changes from the simple present to the simple past was. The teacher is giving everyone an A. He said the teacher was giving everyone an A. So is giving the present progressive changes to was giving the past progressive. Examples 2. Somebody put the final exam on the internet. She said somebody had put the final exam on the internet. So the simple past put is changed to the past perfect had put. The teacher has graded our grammar tests. Joe said the teacher had graded our grammar tests. So the present perfect has graded changes to the past perfect had graded. Practice 1. Change the direct speech into indirect speech. Example, my friend is helping me study. Don't forget to change the pronouns as well as the verb tense. She said her friend was helping her study. The library is closed. He said the library was closed. We have registered for classes. They said they had registered for classes. She got an A on the test. You said she had gotten an A on the test. Modals often change in indirect speech. Will, can, may, must. Will changes to would, can changes to could, may changes to might, and must changes to had to. The test will be difficult. He said the test would be difficult. You can use your notes on the test. She said we could use our notes on the test. We may have a substitute teacher. She said we might have a substitute teacher. You must study hard for the final exam. She said we had to study hard for the final exam. Practice 2. Change the direct speech into indirect speech. Example: you can relax about the exam. She said I could relax about the exam. Number 1. We'll help you with your homework. They said they would help me with my homework. Don't forget to change the verb and the pronouns. Number 2. Anna must finish her paper. He said Anna had to finish her paper. Number 3. She may take a different class. You said she might take a different class. The following modals do not change in indirect speech: should, could, might, and ought to. You shouldn't tell this secret to anyone. She said I shouldn't tell this secret to anyone. You ought to tell this to a friend. He said I ought to tell this to a friend. The following do not change in indirect speech: the past perfect, the present and past unreal conditional, and past modals. If I had studied, I would have gotten an A. He said if he had studied, he would have gotten an A. No change. I could have gotten help from a tutor. He said he could have gotten help from a tutor. No change. I thought I had chosen the easy teacher. He said he thought he had chosen the easy teacher. No change. Practice 3. Change the direct speech into indirect speech. Example: we ought to study some more. He said we ought to study some more. So remember, if it's the past perfect, the past modal, or the past or present unreal conditional, there is no change. Number 1. If I knew, I would tell you. She said if she knew, she would tell me. However, we still change the pronouns if necessary. Number 2. I might have known the test was difficult. He said he might have known the test was difficult. Number 3. She had had that teacher before. We said she had had that teacher before. The end.